Hello, and welcome to our presentation for the proposed improvements at I-75 and State Route 725 Interchange Improvements Project. My name is Josh Conley, and I am the lead roadway designer for JMT on this project. Today, we will discuss the conditions that led to this project, some of the past treatments implemented, considered, and dismissed, and the benefits of our current preferred alternative. Before we get into the details, I would like to talk about how important you are to the process. The public provides an important piece to every project. You use our system every day and are able to alert us to details that might have been overlooked or provide suggestions for how to improve the system that we haven't even considered. ODOT incorporates public input into its decision making. The final decision on a project is not made until we've taken another hard look at our project based on the public comments received and modified our alternative as necessary based on that input. We very much hope you will take the time to reach out to us with your comments, questions, and suggestions. We also hope you understand that ODOT is under certain constraints, such as operating consistent with the law, operating consistent with sound engineering and design standards, staying within the scope of the project while addressing safety concerns while maintaining acceptable operations at the intersections of State Route 725 and I-75 and the adjacent intersections and maintaining existing I-75 bridge footprint. Also, staying within our budget, both in terms of dollars and time. Again, please don't hesitate to provide any questions or comments, even if you're unsure if they fit the project constraints. Here's a brief overview of what I will discuss. I'll begin with the project need, or why this interchange and corridor are being evaluated for improvements. Next, I will go through the corridor study and safety improvement history, which have already been performed and implemented. I will briefly discuss other alternatives that were evaluated prior to selecting a recommended preferred alternative, which is a diverging diamond interchange, or DDI. Then, I'll discuss the benefits of this DDI, followed by video clips and aerials our team created to show how vehicles navigate through a DDI and how this corridor will be improved. The final two agenda items will be how traffic will be maintained during construction of the DDI and an estimated construction schedule. This project evaluates alternative improvements to the existing interchange at I-75 and State Route 725 in southern Montgomery County, Ohio, near the Dayton Mall, and identifies a preferred alternative. The existing interchange includes a traditional diamond configuration with signalized on and off ramps from State Route 725 to I-75. State Route 725 is an east to west urban principal arterial that services the cities of Miamisburg and West Carrollton, including access to Sycamore Hospital to the west of the interchange and within MVRPC's boundary. The land area surrounding the interchange is mostly commercial. The Dayton Mall and surrounding retail office parks are located east of the interchange. The section of State Route 725 from Byers Road through the I-75 interchange to State Route 741 repeatedly appears on ODOT's Highway Safety Improvement Program list. For the last 8 ranking periods since 2010, this segment has been within a top 10 7 times, including 2018 when it was ranked 5th. The purpose of this project is to address conditions within the corridor that are contributing to the high crash rate and to improve traffic operations. The project also provides an opportunity to improve pedestrian access in this commercial area. Between 2014 and 2016, 219 crashes occurred within the corridor. Of these, over 90% were crash types, often indicative of congested conditions and related unsafe driving maneuvers. During the study period, 26% of crashes were injury crashes. There was 1 fatality and a failure to yield crash at the northbound ramp intersection. Between 2016 and 2018, there were a total of 170 crashes. The 2 highest crash types were rear end and left turn. There was 1 fatal crash, which represented 0.6% of the total crashes. 22.4% were injury crashes, and 77.1% were property damage only crashes. The largest concentration of crashes occur at the State Route 725 and I-75 interchange, which account for 64% of the total crashes within the corridor. Recently, there have been several studies to improve safety throughout the corridor. In November of 2016, a sidewalk feasibility study to identify and evaluate feasible alternatives for improved pedestrian access along State Route 725 between Byers Road and State Route 741 was completed on behalf of the Montgomery County Transportation Improvement District and the Dayton Mall Joint Economic Development District. 4 potential alternatives for sidewalk placement were identified. In February of 2018, a safety study of State Route 725 between Byers Road and Mallwood Drive, Prestige Plaza Drive was completed on behalf of the Ohio Department of Transportation, which showed major congestion and safety concerns throughout the corridor. In this study, there were short, medium, and long-term countermeasures proposed to improve the corridor. Among these proposed countermeasures in the long-term section was a DDI. The 2018 safety study also included improvement to Mallwood Drive, Prestige Plaza intersection, which included permitted left turns off of State Route 725. Lastly, Byers Road had several countermeasures proposed in the short and medium terms that included new mast arms, traffic signal, and dual westbound left turns. JMT and ODOT studied several alternatives which included a no-build alternative. In this alternative, the layout of the corridor could not be manipulated, but the operations and timings at each intersection could be. While this alternative provided minor operational improvements from the existing conditions, it ultimately didn't provide substantial safety improvements throughout the corridor or satisfy the purpose and need. The partial cloverleaf alternative includes reconstructing the existing diamond interchange into a partial cloverleaf, adding loop ramps off I-75, tying into the existing ramp terminal signals, thereby eliminating left turn movements from the off-ramps. The existing off-ramps would need to be modified to allow for right turn only movements onto State Route 725. This modification had many right-of-way impacts that would require expensive property purchases. This alternative was deemed too cost-intensive for implementation, therefore it was ruled as an infeasible alternative. A traditional diamond interchange alternative provides for a similar facility as the existing condition. However, additional lanes were added to the northbound and southbound off-ramp approaches. Improvements incorporate an additional westbound left turn lane at the State Route 725 Byers Road intersection, installing a 10-foot wide sidewalk along the south side of State Route 725 behind the existing bridge piers, and optimize operations along State Route 725. This alternative was deemed feasible in terms of acceptable traffic operations, but had minimal safety improvements. Finally, the Texas Diamond phasing alternative was evaluated. This revised the traffic signal operations, timings, and phasing at the ramp terminal intersections, with both signals operating under a single controller. Improvements included tightening the ramp terminal intersections as close to the I-75 mainline bridge as possible, installing an additional westbound left turn lane at the State Route 725 Byers Road intersection, and optimized signal timing along State Route 725. Unfortunately, too many of the traffic movements had unacceptable and failing operations and minimal amounts of safety improvements, therefore it was ruled as an infeasible alternative. This led JMT and ODOT to the recommended preferred alternative of the diverging diamond interchange, or DDI. So what is a DDI? The DDI alternative not only improves the operation of the corridor from existing conditions, but also improves the safety of the corridor through less conflict points at the ramp intersections. A diverging diamond interchange allows free-flowing turns when entering an interstate, eliminating the left turn against oncoming traffic and limiting the number of traffic signal phases. It is easy to navigate, eliminates last-minute lane changes, and provides better sight distance at turns, resulting in fewer crashes. Here's a short video produced by ODOT, which provides further details on how to navigate a DDI.
A diverging diamond interchange, or DDI, is a relatively new type of highway interchange introduced to the U.S. in the early 2000s. The DDI is also known as a double crossover diamond. DDIs feature an unusual but easy to navigate design that greatly improves traffic flow. The primary difference between a DDI and a conventional diamond interchange is the DDI eliminates the need for left-turning vehicles to cross the paths of through vehicles traveling in the opposite direction. The concept uses clearly defined curbs, signs, pavement markings, and state-of-the-art signals to move drivers briefly over to the left or opposite side of the bridge above the highway. This travel pattern eliminates drivers turning left in front of oncoming traffic, which reduces congestion and significantly increases travel safety. The DDI design is shown to improve the operations of turning movements to and from freeways. This significantly reduces the number of vehicle-to-vehicle conflict points compared to a conventional diamond interchange. The DDI also reduces the severity of conflicts as left-turning movements and opposing through movements are eliminated.
There are many safety benefits to a DDI. A DDI reduces conflict points by over 46%. A conflict point is a location in or on the approaches to an intersection where vehicles pass, merge, diverge, or cross where crashes can occur. In addition, a DDI eliminates all unprotected left turns onto highway on-ramps by providing roadway crossovers. With the highway on-ramp movements being free-flow movements, this would eliminate many rear-end crashes at the on-ramp intersections. Our safety analysis for the entire corridor in the DDI produced a 15% fatal, incapacitating crash reduction and a 17% total crash reduction probability compared to the expected number of crashes if there were no improvements implemented to the corridor. Due to the fluidity of movements through a DDI, overall intersection delay also decreased. A DDI allows for several overlapping phases, meaning multiple, non-conflicting movements can operate at the same time. This allows more vehicles to move throughout the corridor towards their destinations. In addition, because delay is reduced throughout the corridor, vehicular emissions will also decrease, providing a greener environment. Pedestrians and bicyclists are regularly seen walking through the interchange. However, there currently are no pedestrian accommodations between Byers Road and Prestige Plaza. The DDI includes installation of a 10-foot wide sidewalk along the south side of State Route 725 from Byers Road to Prestige Plaza. At the intersection of State Route 725 and Prestige Plaza Drive, pedestrians will cross State Route 725 to the north and continue along the proposed path eastbound until tying into the existing sidewalk at the State Route 741 intersection. The proposed sidewalk is behind the existing bridge piers under the mainline I-75 bridge structure and will follow the curb line along State Route 725 on either side of the bridge. Pedestrian lighting under the bridge will be investigated as part of the detailed design process. As a part of this project, we also investigated the Byers Road intersection, lane configurations and operations, and pedestrian accessibility. Due to the high volume of vehicles traveling westbound and turning left onto Byers Road, a second westbound left turn lane was needed at this intersection. To provide two left turn lanes, the inside through lane was converted. In order to provide optimized mobility for westbound traffic at the intersection, two dedicated westbound through lanes will be utilized to further expedite vehicles away from the interchange. Additionally, a short right turn lane will be provided for westbound vehicles turning right from State Route 725 onto Water Tower Lane to accommodate the nearly 4,000 vehicles per day making this movement. Our certified traffic volumes, which provide volumetric information for vehicles throughout the corridor, showed that during the design near peak hours, only 10 vehicles were traveling eastbound and turning left from State Route 725 onto Water Tower Lane. Due to this low volume and the effect that it has on queues at the intersection, it was decided to eliminate that left turn lane. For vehicles attempting to make that movement, there will be adequate signage provided for vehicles to turn at Imperial Road to access Water Tower Lane. Additionally, we evaluated the existing pedestrian crossing on the west leg of the intersection. In current conditions, the pedestrian crosses the entire width of State Route 725, approximately 115 feet, which requires a significant crossing time. In a design year period, this required crossing time affected vehicular traffic negatively, including long queues and failing operations. To improve operations, we investigated a two-stage pedestrian crossing. Our analysis showed overall improvements to operations and still provided ample time for pedestrians to cross State Route 725. In our proposed two-stage crossing, starting on the south side of State Route 725 adjacent to the Shell gas station, pedestrians will cross State Route 725 in front of eastbound traffic and enter a pedestrian refuge island that replaces the existing eastbound left turn lane and median. The pedestrian will then cross the second half of State Route 725 when northbound traffic receives their green light. Starting on the north side of State Route 725, pedestrians would cross the north half of the crosswalk when Byers Road has their green light. Pedestrians will then wait in the refuge island until eastbound State Route 725 traffic is stopped again. This project will be constructed in 8 phases and is estimated to last 8 to 10 months. Maintaining traffic throughout this corridor will be tricky, but ODOT and JMT have detailed a plan to maintain all movements of travel, including turn lanes. This will also include 2 travel lanes in each direction. However, the public should be aware that while all turn lane movements will be maintained, There is some anticipated left turn difficulty at the I-75 ramp intersections due to the scale of the reconstruction. Temporary pavement will be used to shift traffic as needed throughout the entire duration of construction. Proper signage and traffic signal modifications will be included during this time. ODOT will take comments until June 16th. Based on the comments and information gathered during the comment period, a preferred alternative will be chosen in July. Design is expected to commence in the summer of 2021 and will be completed in the fall of 2022, with a project award date scheduled for early 2023. Construction is anticipated between the spring and fall of 2023. We are looking forward to hearing from you, and there are many ways you can provide feedback. If you're watching this from the project page for this project, you can scroll to the bottom of the page and select the Leave a Comment button. If you got to this presentation some other way, first, go to ODOT's homepage at www.transportation.ohio.gov. Then, select ODOT Projects on the green banner at the top. Scroll down to the Filter Projects option and enter 725. Click Filter. Scroll down and select I-75 State Route 725 Interchange Improvements. This will take you to the project page for this project. From there, you can scroll to the bottom of the page and select the Leave a Comment button. You can also mail in a comment form that you may have received in the mail or fill out one that is available from the project page. And of course, letters are always welcome. And finally, you can call or email Tony Bensman, the project manager, or Tricia Bishop, the district environmental coordinator. Comments are requested by June 16th to ensure your comments are considered in the decision-making process. We really hope to hear from you. Our projects are better with your input, and we will issue a response to comments in July if you were on a previous mailing or if you provide your email address with your comments. Or you can check back into the project page. We'll post the response to comments there as well. Thank you for your time and interest.